Are we ready? How you guys doing this weekend? Alright, there we go. Indian food is so good, yeah man. I like it all, but sometimes it's a little bit too spicy, man. I like the little chip things, papads or whatever they call them that you get as appetizers. I don't even know the names of the stuff I eat, but I really like the naan and the roti and all them bread things. Digital Drummer J, welcome to the party. Happy Saturday to you as well. Indian street food is very hygienic. Yeah, I've seen those videos, man. What we're gonna do, man, we gotta do LeetCode. That's what we gotta do. Should I log in to my own website? Portnoy, what's poppin'? I'm from Rajasthan, a state in India. Should we look where it is? Dang. Looks kind of like desert-like over there, man. It's so brown on the satellite image. Should we go on the streets? Oh, dang, look at all them streets we can go on. Let's go on this one right here. Oh, it's kind of looks like lots of sandy dirt. Look at that dirt, man. Look at them cows. Well, where's the big city here? Is this the big city? Jaipur. Yeah, one side is desert. You might have heard of Jaisalmer. I have not heard of it, man. I'm not up to speed on my geography. Oh, this side, that's the desert side. Jaipur is the capital. All right, so you live out here. Let me see what your hood looks like, man. Oh, snap. Looks a little bit dusty. Is this where you live? Oh, this is not where you live. You live in the big city, in the big capital, right? Over here. Alright, where's bumping, man? Let me see. I'm gonna check out downtown. Boys and girls fashion accessories. Dang. It looks so dusty there, man. Is it like lots of cars kicking up the dust? There's lots of English on the signs too, which is not what I expected, man. There's so much English everywhere. Everybody speaks English over there, or what's up, man? Cause look how much. So many vehicles. Anyways. Should we do a little should we hit a little GeoGuessr, man, real quick? Do I have to log in to play? I'll hit one GeoGuessr before I get started. Hey, they're trying to tell me I have to pay to play. Get out of here, GeoGuessr. I want to play for free. GeoGuessr time. Alright. How do you do this? They change up GeoGuessr so much, man. Not gonna lie, I was in Hyperabad For a month? Dang, a month for work? That's a crazy trip. Alright, where are we at? Oh, this must be somewhere near London, maybe, right? Must be London. I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this. Hey, I can't even zoom in like that, man. This is crazy. What kind of GeoGuessr is this? I'm just selecting the continent? That's so lame, man. I thought I thought GeoGuessr you had to pinpoint the location. Did they like nerf it for free accounts or something? Alright, where are we at? This is America for sure, man. Alright, Lululemon. Of course that's America. That might even be... I don't even know. But... This GeoGuessr is lame, man. Hey, Roxanne, welcome. Solaris, how you doing? That was Vancouver. Come on, man. They're giving us the easy stuff here. What a waste of time. Can we just do regular GeoGuessr? I'm so disappointed at GeoGuessr, man. I just want to do... Looks like maybe I gotta build my own GeoGuessr, man. It's paywall. I can't believe they paywalled it like that, man. How lame. I got my worst performance on the bi-weekly. Q3 time constraints were off for Python, and Q4 is a mystery. Oh geez. Build it? Yeah, I might have to. There are so many GeoGuessrs. Well, the original GeoGuessr sold us all out, man. Alright. Here we go. I'm gonna do the daily problem. And then I'll do the bi-weekly contest. Hey Simon, do you have time to show us and resolve a quick 200 LeetCode problem? What you talking about, 200 LeetCode problem? Is there as a tutorial? Yeah, one day, man. One day. I like the dice icon. Yeah, I mean, it's for... We used to roll a lot of dice and gamble a lot here, but we haven't done it in a while. Anyways, hey, NJ Gaming, it's all good. We're not playing GeoGuessr, man. We're about to do LeetCode. I'm just trying to kill some time. But thank you. Gambling sucks. I hate gambling. Well, good thing we don't do it that often. Alright, find smallest letter greater than target. You're given an array of characters, letters, that is sorted in non-decreasing order, and a character target. There are at least 2 different characters in letters. Return the smallest character in letters that is lexicographically greater than target. If such a character does not exist, return the first character in letters. What kind of question is this, man? It's crazy. So I'm just setting the answer to the first letter, and then I'm just going to iterate through each of the letters, and then if any of them is greater than the target, oh, the smallest character in letters that is lexicographically Oh, wait. How should I do this? What's after Z? I don't know. I'm just incremented by 1 though. This is kind of bootleg, man. I don't even know what I'm doing really. But so if the character is greater than the target, then they want the smallest one. But then if there is none, so if like let's see. This is really ugly stuff, man, but I'll take it. Let me see if this passes. Anyways, not a very interesting daily problem. At least not for us. But you can also take advantage of the input being sorted. Oh yeah, the input is sorted, so that means the first thing I hit, I'm gonna just return that, man. Right? Jorge, what's happening? Am I still at Google? No, I am not. I quit, and my last day was sometime in November. Okay. Daily problem out the way. Bi-weekly contest. Virtual. I'm scared. Solaris says it's the hardest problem he's ever seen. The worst contest he's ever done. You can also binary search because it's sorted. I guess you could. You could binary search for the target. But I'm too lazy to do all that for an easy problem. When everyone asks you that you what? When every people ask you that you swallow hard and look terrified, don't worry, Simon, you got this. It was the call you needed to make. What are you talking about, man? I ain't worried. I'm very happy that I left. Not because I hated that place, but because I hated not doing what I want to do, man. Is that why you're studying algos again? No, this is not why. I'm just doing algos because it's familiar. It's kind of like my hobby now. You following about the Molt book thing? Smart Coder, what's happening? I am not really following it too much. I don't know what the Molt book thing is. You mean that Molt book? You talking about the agents that are talking to each other in some subreddit or something like that? I don't even know if that's true, man. That sounds a little bit weird. Like, if it's what you're talking about. Somebody's talking about all the agents are going on some website and talking to each other. It feels like some prank somebody's pulling, you know? Or something. Not the hardest problems I've ever seen, but the worst contest because a solution that's supposed to be fast enough wouldn't pass in Python. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Simon's preparing for Google 2.0 interviews. Nah, I'm just chilling, man. I do a little bit of LeetCode here and there, but I'm mostly vibe coding these days, and I'm having a lot of fun. It's only been 2 weeks since I've been working like on my own stuff, but I feel I've made a whole lot of progress with the projects that I share. Like I'm working on like midnightsimon.com. I've added a bunch of features to my website this year. My calendar is live, kinda. No, for sure it is. There's a whole bunch of features here. I got my solutions archive going on, so I'm going through all my VODs and I'm like pinpointing exactly when I solve a certain problem or when I start to solve a certain problem. And I'm just documenting it in here. So if anybody ever wants to see how I solved the problem or what I thought about like while I was doing the problem, you can just check my catalog. And then I got some other things coming with these leaderboards and your LeetCode stats. And anyways, lots of cool things coming with the website. I feel the Type Blazor project is also coming along nicely. And my secret project is also coming along nicely. So lots of action in a couple weeks. I heard about that, and they talk like real people AI Reddit. Yeah, I saw some things about that Molt book thing. A friend of mine puts a sticky note on her head when doing interviews that says, "Wave if you are human." What does that even mean, man? Hey, what the hell? Grom Cakes, thank you very much for the sub, man. Tree. 3 months. Let's go. Grom Cakes, thank you so much. Hey, Smart Coder, thank you very much for those bits. 40 bits. Alright. There you are, Grom Cakes. She kept running into people that are literally using AI avatars for the interview. Sounds nuts. Well, I guess she's not the one applying to the companies. Are you saying like she's the interviewer interviewing people applying to the company that she works at, right? She is interviewing people to hire them. I see. It's genius to apply for 1,000 companies to get 1,000 jobs. Take paternity leave day 1. Enjoy 6 months for 1,000 jobs pay. Yeah, that would be sick. All right, here we go, man. I'm gonna do this virtual contest. I'm gonna do really bad. I already feel it. If Solaris had a bad time, I'm gonna have a bad time, man. Here we go. Reverse letters, then special characters in a string. You are given a string S consisting of lowercase English letters and special characters. Your task is to perform these in order. Reverse the lowercase letters and place them back into the positions originally occupied by letters. Reverse the special characters and place them back into the positions originally occupied by special characters. Return the resulting string. All right. I can do this. Letters, special, if it's alpha, otherwise it's special. Is alpha a thing? I hope so. And then reverse them. And then reverse the specials. Then we're gonna iterate through something. How do we do this? I guess we can just go through them like that. So if it's an alpha, then what? Letters I. Wait, sorry. C equal letters I, and then we increment. Otherwise, C equal Spec J. I think this should work, man. I feel like I typed it up a little bit slow for Q1. Oh, Jesus. I don't even know how the hell I typed that, man. It's crazy. I didn't even put the if. NJ Gaming, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Does that look right? That looks alright. This one, Z, that looks alright. And this one, that looks alright too. Should I send it? Easy work. Easy Q1. What's next? Too easy, Elite Whale. Minimum K to reduce array within limits. You're given a positive integer array nums. For a positive integer k, define non-positive nums k as the minimum number of operations needed to make every element of nums non-positive. In one operation, you can choose an index I and reduce nums I by k. Return an integer denoting the minimum value of k such that non-positive nums k is less than equal to k squared. What? So, yo, what the hell is this, man? 82,000 submissions? That's crazy. I've never seen anything like that, man. Alright. What is it saying again? Non-positive. The minimum number of operations needed to make every element of nums non-positive. So we can subtract any number by k. So is this just a binary search? It's my expression? What you talking about? Is this just a binary search problem, man? I've noticed more people are registering for these contests now, around 40k. Dang, that's crazy. Well, when I first started taking LeetCode contests, there's about 4,000 people taking the contest. Only 4,000. I can't believe 40,000 people. So that just went up like 10x in 7 years or so, maybe even 6 years. I went on LeetCode and saw the word hash and logged off. What's wrong with hash? You don't like hash? Or what? Hashing is cool. Some people like to smoke it. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, hash is just... I don't even know what a hash is. I know what it is. A hash, it's like you take an input and you scramble it into nonsense, basically. You're hashing it. But it's not just like super random nonsense. It's like there's a method to get it into a random nonsense. Kinda. It's a unique identifier. Yeah. So like we can take a word, any word, and we can hash it and we can turn it into like a bunch of numbers or something, you know. I read up on Monday. Yeah. Deterministic nonsense. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. Anyways. So, alright, this one they say the answer is 3 because the minimum 9 operations. So 1. What's non-positive? 0 is non-positive, right? It seems so. So that's 1. That's 3. Wait, 1. That's 4. And then 7, less than 9. I think it's just a binary search, man. I don't even know why I'm like thinking even more. So I don't know what my bounds should be. Definitely not int max. Maybe I can just put 1e9. Right? No, I don't even need 1e9, man. Because 10 to the 5th. I'm gonna just put 10 to the 5th, man. It doesn't need to be anything larger than that. What's 10 to the 5th? 1e5? L plus. Hey, Sonny Johnson from YouTube. How you doing? It's my midpoint. If that's valid, then I want to go smaller. Otherwise, I want to go larger. But then this is the best answer. And we should return it. Alright, so now we just got to make this isValid function. So how do we validate that a guess is good? So I guess this guess, we're guessing the K right here, yeah? So that means I have to iterate over nums, and then for every number in there, I need to see how many times it will take to get this down to 0. So I guess it's just like x divided by guess. How many times? Is that right? And that, I guess, a ceiling of that. So maybe I have to cast it into a double and then do a seal on that. Right? I think so. And this is how many times. But then, if this is greater than guess squared, then we're in trouble because it doesn't work. So if this is greater than, we can just return false. I guess we can just return true here probably, but I'm gonna just return this anyways. Because this would always be checked every element. So by the time it gets here, we can just return true. Should I just do that then? If I'm saying it's true? Yeah. Is that it? Come on, man. Shouldn't be having to do long hair. But I guess perhaps it could overflow. What is this saying now, man? Outside range? Can't guess 0, man. Because that would be crazy to guess 0. Alright, 3 and 1. I'm feeling pretty good about this. That I think I can just send it. Yeah. How do you prove binary search will work? I don't know. I just submitted, man. You can do x plus guess minus 1 over guess to avoid using float. me think. Like right here. I guess that's some tricky math or something. For the ceiling calculation? Oh, I see. So instead of like casting it to a double, I could do x plus guess minus 1 over guess. Some math tricks. I gotta think about that. The left element is decreasing, the right element is increasing. So once true, it remains true. Yeah, I guess I don't really think too much about proving that the binary search works. I just kind of guessed. Intuition from doing so many problems. It feels like a binary search would work, right? But I didn't think about like how I'd prove it. Num positives, nums k decreases with k. K squared increases with k. Yeah. Maybe I calculated all that stuff in the backgrounds, man. And I don't really see what happens in my background threads in my brain. But it comes up with an answer and I just trust the background threads, you know? No, but sometimes I get stuck trying to prove something is right. And I find it makes me hesitate a lot to like just submit something. Or not even submit. Sometimes it makes me hesitate to even try to implement that, you know? You already have about the same rank as me with those 2 questions. Dang, that's crazy. Well, let's see if I can hit a Q3, man. Because, dang, lots of people solved it. 6,000 people. Alright, Q3. Longest strictly increasing subsequence with non-zero bitwise AND. We want to see what goes on in that brain? Yeah, I don't even know what goes on in there. Alright, you are given an integer array nums. Return the length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence in nums whose bitwise AND is non-zero. If no such subsequence exists, return 0. A subsequence is a non-empty array that can be derived from another array by deleting some or no elements without changing the order of the remaining elements. So bitwise AND. So that means basically we need to find the longest subsequence. Alright, I think this is just counting bits, man. It's like the longest. Whichever bit has the most occurrences in this thing, that's the answer. That's what I think it is. Right? Because it's a subsequence, that means we can choose any numbers. So if we just choose all the numbers that have that one particular bit set, that is a non-zero bitwise. So I'm just gonna try and count all the bits, bit positions, and remember the highest one, right? Yeah, that's why it can be good in that sense that if it doesn't work, you know your idea works and you can focus on the debug. Wait, hold on. Let me try and do this. So how do we count how many bits that are set? That's all we need to figure out. So I'll just use a bits thing, size 32. Does it even need to be size 32? I guess so. 32 is alright here. Suppose this is more like 31, but 32 is nice too. Alright, now how do you know if a bit is set or not? I guess you take that number and then wait, I don't know if I missed it, but it seems like you skipped over a requirement of that problem. LeetWhale, I might have, because this seems a little bit easy for a Q3 if that was it. Let me think. Return the length of the longest strictly increasing subsequence. Yes, strictly increasing subsequence. Yes. I take back everything I said then. Steven Sagiball. Shake my head. Simon. What'd you do now, man? What happened? What happened over there? Oh, Jesus. Strictly incorrect. Alright, never mind these counting bits, man. Thank you, Elite Whale, for saving me from solving the wrong problem. Sometimes I forget or I don't register what the problem is asking. Strictly increasing. So it's... how do I know if it could be strictly increasing? Alright, two things are coming to my mind. One thing is take it or leave it. Another thing is monotonic, but I'm not sure about monotonic, man. So I'm gonna think about take it or leave it a little bit more. Let's take it or leave it. Take it or leave it, man. Why would it not be take it or leave it? We only need to index, or we only need to cache on the index, right? Like because that's the only thing we care about. Or maybe not, I don't know yet. Q Ultimus. What's poppin'? How you doing? Take it or leave it. Oh, but we need, yes. Take it or need it or leave it, but we need to remember what the previous number was. So, or the previous index, I guess, could work too. But then now it's an n squared because we need I and j. So let me think about some other stuff. Long day, but glad to be home. Dang. Hope nothing too crazy happened today, Q. Lee will touch 2.5k racing with 26 rank. Not sure if he's a man or a goat. Yeah, Lee Whale has been on a tear, man. Lee Whale has been like rising up through the ranks. Insane progress. Alright, so take it or leave it, I'm not sure. Alright, longest strictly increasing subsequence. Let me think. Is this like... I know for... Alright, longest increasing subsequence. That's an n squared with dp. Or you could use n log n with if you're doing binary search. But I'm not sure how I would do the bitwise and thing with that n log n thing. Hey, Brett is in the house. What's happening? This is a trick problem. It seems tricky. The bitwise and is a trick. Alright, the bitwise and is a trick. Let me think about that, Brett. Because you bitwise and two numbers together, it can only be smaller. And once it touches, once it goes down, it can never go up, right? Once it touches 0, that's the end. So that's like invalid subsequence. But why is it a trick? Is it because of strictly increasing? I don't know. So talking about segment trees? Well, you need a segment tree to do this problem? Anyways, I can't believe you insulted my honor yesterday. I challenged you to a duel. What are you talking about, Steven Sagiball? I don't insult nobody's honor. It is an alternative to binary search for the nlog n lis. Yeah, I only know the nlog n. Wait. Yeah, I only know lis nlog n with binary search. So he's saying if you know the nlog n, you're almost done. I know it. I can figure out how to do a nlog n lis because I know you select a number and you do some. I forget how it works, man, but I know you binary search for something and you put it there and something else. But how do you know? Well, maybe I should try to remember nlog n lis first. I haven't made a dang YouTube video on this, man, and I forget how to do it. Should I try? Should I just like... Anytime I gotta do it, I have to like derive it again or something. So, nlog n. I know I'm here. And maybe right now it's empty. So I'm like... Let's say I do some type of upper bound. Man, upper bound or lower bound? I don't even remember which one is what these days. But let's say I do an upper bound. Or lower bound. Nothing is in there. So that means I can put the 5 in, right? And then I come here. Wait, let me just see. Upper bound. One is greater than and one is greater than or equal to, man. Which one is which? Alright, lower bound is greater than or equal to. Upper bound is greater than. So it's strictly increasing. So you want like an upper bound. Right? So in here, we do an upper bound. How does this work? We do an upper bound and 5 returns. So we replace that with 4. We replace it, right? And then the next number, we do an upper bound. There's nothing in here that's bigger. So then we append that 7. And this is the size of the LIS is 2. But how do we do that with AND, man? Because how do we know that it doesn't AND to 0? Brett says it's a trick, but I can't figure out why it's a trick. The bitwise AND is non-zero. So I think I do know the nlog n thing. And Solaris, you say it's an alternate to binary search, but it's still nlog n. You already saw the trick earlier? Wait, what? Wait, what does what mean, Brett? What'd I say? I saw the trick. What does that mean? Oh, suppose I didn't see that message. Suppose you have, say, 5 numbers and you have them together and the result isn't 0. What does that mean? They all share a bit. They all have 1 bit set. That's what it means. You solved the problem first minute, then once you added the LIS condition, you forgot what you established. Because, alright. I mean, clear. If it wasn't for the LIS thing, clearly, the longest subsequence would just be all the numbers that share a bit. So like whichever bit has the most counts, we select all those numbers that has that bit set, and that would be the longest subsequence. With all bits set, but then how do we know if it's strictly increasing? How many different possible bits could be set? I guess 30 different bits. That's crazy, Brett. I mean, now that you mention it, I suppose. Hold on. All right. Clearly, I see the observation about like what it means to bitwise and something. The LIS doesn't change the initial logic, right? Does it? That's what I'm not. I mean, sounds like you guys know, but I don't know, you know. But the LIS makes me feel like I can't just select all those numbers with that bit set, right? I have to run an LIS on those numbers, those subset of numbers. I got it. Did I? What did I get? Is that it? That's a lot of LISs, man. For each bit, run LIS on the numbers with that bit set. Yeah. That's what my mind is going to, but I can't figure out. Alright, if you guys weren't here to say, yeah, you're going the right direction, I would like convince myself I'm just talking nonsense, you know? The longest subsequence with a non-zero and dot, or the longest good subsequence with non-zero and part of the logic is the same. Alright, well, it seems we gotta count these bits anyways, so should I just put this all back in there? But then how do I know which numbers have that bit set, man, without doing it so many times? No, this problem is, even with all the guidance, man, I still can't see it. I can't see anything. Feel the brute force. Embrace the looping, man. Assume it isn't true that the good subsequence elements all share one common bit. Then the AND is 0. Yeah, they all need to share one bit. So we need to like group those bits up together. Otherwise, in particular, the highest set bit and is shared. I think if you just code it, it will work. All right. Maybe I'm just stalling because I'm fighting the brute force. Perhaps no, I'm like trying to think of how to even code it, man. All right, I'm thinking how how am I going to know which numbers belong to which set bits without having to... I'm trying to think if there's some efficient way that I can do one pass and then somehow put those numbers into everything that they should belong to, or if I should just do 30 passes on the whole length and then just skip the numbers that don't have that bit set, that the current bit I'm working on, you know? I mean, like a vector of vectors versus 30 passes one vector. Yeah, I suppose that's what I'm saying. 30. All right. I'm just gonna do it, man. So how many do we need to go up to, man? 31. 30. Come on. So for each bit, for each bit, I gotta see if that bit is set. So if num's I, and how do you do the bit thing, man? It's like 1 shifted to the bit times. So if this bit is set, then it's like a candidate, right? But then how do you do the LIS on that? Oh, you do the n log n LIS now. I think, alright, I think I see it, man. So, okay. Right? That's the candidates. So this bit is set. So that means now we do the little binary search thing. I guess we're doing an upper bound. So how do you do an upper bound, man? And the target is num's I. Wait. Hold on. I forget how to code, man. So it's an iterator, and then if how does the LIS thing work? If this doesn't find anything, yeah, so if there's nothing there, then we push it back. Otherwise, we replace it. Yeah. And then I guess we keep track of our best answer. I guess answer should always be at least 1. Is this gonna trip? I don't know if that's like a, you know, unsigned int or something. Is that it? Did I miss anything, man? This is LIS, longest increasing subsequence with binary search. No, it has a underscore in the upper bound. 2, 3, 1. So, I mean, I had all the knowledge to solve this problem, but I just couldn't believe what it hasn't passed yet, man. Let's see. Yes, it hasn't passed because maybe it is strictly increasing, so maybe this should be lower bounds instead. Mix those up, man. Let's just make sure. Alright. No, come on, man. 0. Alright, maybe this assumption was wrong because I didn't think, I thought, oh, it must be at least one number, but clearly all zeros added together are not gonna be non-zero. Alright, thank you everyone for walking me through that, man. I think this happens to me a lot on contests where I'll make the observation I need to make, but I just not sure about the implementation, or I backtrack in my mind. I'm like, no, that can't be it. It must be something else, you know? But man, 30 times, that's crazy that it works. I think I need to really study up on what's acceptable for time complexity, you know? But are you not convinced by the fact that they must share a common bit? Yes, for sure, they must share a common bit. But I wasn't sure how to handle the strictly increasing part, man. I was thinking, man, there must be some crazy stuff. So like, I know how to solve each of these things independently. Like LIS, I know how to do that, and then the bitwise thing, I know how to do that. But I couldn't. I guess I just don't trust the brute force, like Brett said. I always just hesitate when it comes to doing something like this. I always try and think there must be some other way, some more efficient way to do this. But man, this is not so bad, huh? Well, wait. It is a separate problem. No matter what kind of subsequence you want, the subsequence must consist of elements that share a common bit. Yes. We don't trust the brute force either, yeah. So wait, how come this did not pass in Python? Is it like, I guess maybe something wrong with the way Python works, or is it just the limits that they put on the question for Python? Or is it just like particular to your solution, Solaris? I use segment tree. Apparently there it was slower than sorted list. Oh, because you're trying to use Python cheat tools, man. Or wait, segtree is not a Python cheat tool. Sorted list is. But could you have done the same binary search thing with Python? Or I don't know much about Python, but would if you translated this code to Python, would it work? Should I ask ChatGPT or Claude to translate my code to Python and see? Anyways, for sure Q4 would be too hard. Then you need the sorted list. You know, I've done a few problems in Python because of that. Sorted list is so overpowered, man, for some problems. Sometimes when not now, because I'm not too trained up these days. I don't really know. I don't have my intuition as quick as if I was practicing all the time. But back in my more active days, once I made an observation that I needed a sorted list, I just switched to Python and implemented Python. Because I guess C++ doesn't have the sorted list, and I think you have to use some advanced data structure, maybe like seg trees or something in C++. Or Fenwick. I don't know, man. But I remember there's at least 2 or 3 problems that I did with sorted Wraith Kaiser, what's happening, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. How's everything going? I tried to optimize the seg tree solution, but when I couldn't, I thought there was another layer to the problem that I didn't see to get rid of one log factor, because after all, only 980 of 1,000 test cases passed. But in C++, your array candidates there basically does what a sorted list does in Python, right? Does it? I don't know. I think, I'm not sure if it's actually the same, because BetSim told me that this nlog n lis, it's only good for the size, because there are some cases where the actual candidates would be incorrect. You know, so I don't think it's the same as a sorted list, because maybe, actually, I don't know what I'm talking, man. A kind of hacky heuristic to get an idea if a solution will pass is that you should aim for less than 10 to the 8 operations executed in the worst case, or 10 to the 7.5 to be safer. Wait, that's like 100 million or so? 100 million? I used to always think, yeah, I think my calculations, like my mental calculations, were off, because I guess I think 100K for sure pass. Million operations? That, yeah. But 10 to the 800 million? Well, I don't even know, man. I mean, you can insert it into the and maintain it's sorted. Hope you've been doing, yeah, I've been doing pretty good. Anyways, interesting problem. Should we even attempt Q4? No, 957 people solved it. I would not be one of them. I don't even know if I want to try. I'll read it. You're given an integer array nums and an integer k. Your task, dang, I missed the YouTube message, man. Anshul, yo, like such a long time ago. My bad. Probably ain't around still. Dang. So lots of people just use AI still. Alright, your task is to partition nums into exactly k subarrays and return an integer denoting the minimum possible score among all valid partitions. The score of a partition is the sum of the value of all of its subarrays. Yeah, I don't know how to do this, man. I see this question come up in a lot of hard problems. Like the sum of all values of its subarrays. Anytime I see that, I'm like, I don't even know what to do here. This is not the first time I've seen something like this on a Q4, man. But maybe I can figure out like how many times a certain position appears in all of the subarrays, and it's like has some relation to with how close it is to the middle or something. I don't know. How do you know they used AI? Man, I know everybody's using AI on LeetCode contests, man. I conjecture based on the difficulty of the problem and the number of solves I expect compared to the actual number of solves. Yeah, I think so many people are just getting so many problems solved on the contest, and it like that wasn't the case before LLMs, and then now it's like magically everybody can do hard problems and stuff. Maybe I'm just salty because my rating has tanked since the release of ChatGPT, man. Alright, I guess it will. I don't know when AI became really good at LeetCode. But I suspect it was sometime in this period, around a year ago. This problem should not have 1K solves. Yeah. Man, I was so close. I think if I just stopped taking contests at my peak, maybe I'd have actually become a guardian by default. Anyways, what we're gonna do now. Some random problems. Or what? Do elite rooms or something? Zero tracks. Let's do a little elite rooms, man. If anybody wants to do problems before the contest. At least read Q4? Alright. No, I don't. It's way out of my league, man. I don't even want to see what they're doing up there. It's just too much distraction for me thinking about hard problems. What's Elite Rooms? Elite Rooms is an extension for Chrome that will turn LeetCode into a multiplayer kind of thing. So that's what Elite Rooms is. Dang, peaking iterator. Nobody wants to do that problem, man. 2022. I'm gonna skip that one. Maybe you'll get the right idea right away. Nah, not today, man. Not for that problem. Alright, restore the array from adjacent pairs. I see a problem that few people solved and I regret not having read it because once I read it I solve it easily. I don't think I can say I've ever solved a hard problem easily, man. Hard problems take so much energy out of me to solve. They're too much, man. There's like all these observations you have to make and then you gotta have like good implementation, you know? Alright, here we go. Smart coder. Bumping. There is an integer array nums that consists of n unique elements, but you have forgotten it. However, you do remember every pair of adjacent elements in nums. You're given a 2D integer array adjacent pairs of size n-1, where each adjacent pair, uv, indicates that elements u and v are adjacent in nums. It is guaranteed that every adjacent pair of elements nums I and nums I plus 1 will exist in adjacent pairs, either as nums I or nums I plus 1 or nums I plus 1 and nums I. The pairs can appear in any order. Return the original array nums. If there are multiple solutions, return any of them. Or you should pin. Yes, thank you. Adjacent pairs, man. What are they trying to ask me? So these are all the pairs. 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 2. How can we build this? This is saying 1 and 2 are next to each other. 3 and 4 and 2 and 3. I don't know how to do this. Is this some type of... Dang, 75% of people solved it. It must be simple, right? Am I overthinking? I even know. Is it just like... It's either or, right? Either this way or that way. This way or that way. this way or that way, you know. So I put 2, 1. And then it's like, they're like dominoes, and you gotta touch the ends or something. So it would. How do you do this though? So those 2, and then 4, 3, 2, 1 would work too. Guys, Simon made me reach out and now wants me to cut off the friends again. Hey man, I don't. You do whatever you want with your own life, you know what I'm saying? But sounds like a weird thing to try to want to keep that friendship, man. I don't know. I mean, you did your part and you tried, and then it doesn't sound like they want to be your friend. So I think you should move on, you know? Hey, dang, Leet Whale, how'd you do that, man? Vortism, how you doing? How long did it take you for you to grow your hair? 12, 13 years. He sent me a pic of MTG box. Magic the Gathering. Wait, what does that mean? But he said he doesn't want to be your friend, man, so. Leet Whale, man, how do you do this? Is it just DFS, man? Do I just DFS one thing and then I find an edge? Like, I find which number only has one thing and I just DFS my way through it. That's what I would think to do, but I'm kind of lazy. He said he was unsure but wants to talk. I sent him photo of Pokemon card, then he sent photo of his binder. Well, it sounds like you guys are already made up, man, so technically speaking, I'm unsure. Man, you guys tripping. I don't know what to tell you, Steven Saggy Ball. I think this is one of them you gotta figure out on your own. Just go with whatever your gut tells you to do. Alright, I'm gonna make this adjacent. Alright, they already gave me adjacent pairs. I'm gonna make. How many pairs do I have? N-1 pairs. So. Oh, but the numbers could be really large. I'm surprised you still call me Steven Saggyball. When I asked Pat for advice, he made me go to Japan and I loved it. You gonna let Pat one-up you? What are you talking about, man? I've been telling to go to Japan too. I've been telling to do all types of stuff, and then you always like hesitate for like 6 months. I told you should go to New York when you had the opportunity to like work in the Google office there. I told you go to Japan. I told you go do all these things. You don't do that, man. Yeah, go make some new friends, man. I only got like, well, all of you are my friends. Yeah, I don't have many friends either. Well, apparently your LIS solution can be implemented the same way in Python. No need for sorted list then. Indeed is fast. I didn't know this algorithm. Dang, you're serious right now, Solaris? You didn't know the yeah, it's like a popular algorithm. It's even on my topics. I thought for sure somebody like you would know it, somebody who's like done so many algorithms, because I've seen it come up in a few places. Where is it? Longest increasing. Well, maybe I don't have it on here. Oh, here it is. N log N LIS. Yeah, very nice algorithm, and it's so easy to remember, or at least the idea is easy to remember, and it's easy to like derive if you don't really remember how to implement it. I have to derive it every single time I need to use it. If I ever get a tech job, wow, I would travel so much. Yeah, I think that's what everyone does. They travel everywhere. Do you know Solaris is French? Yes, I did know that. I only knew the segment tree one, and I knew another one existed, but that it wasn't necessary to learn both. Well, quick, easy lesson for the nlog and LIS, man. I think it's super useful. I'm sad I didn't visit Google Zurich. Yeah, hey, Zurich is bumping. Google Zurich is like, I think probably like 5% of Zurich's population works at Google, man. I made that number up. But I'm saying Zurich is a small town, and Google has a big office there, and it's right in the middle of the city center, right by where all the trains come in. That's where the Google office, well, they have like 2 big places that Google has offices there, and that's one of the places. Anyways, what are we doing? Leet Whale just solved this thing. I don't know how to solve it, but I'm thinking we can find the ends and then we DFS. That's what I think. How did I meet my girlfriend? You mean my wife? I met my wife at work when I was in college. We worked in a restaurant together. This one is a bit faster in particular because you don't need coordinate compression. I don't know about coordinate compression. Segtree is more versatile if you need to tweak it though. Yeah, I don't know segtrees. I really should learn segtrees. You say you don't know how to solve it, but you just said the solution. Hey, I have crazy ideas, Leet Whale, but sometimes like I'm just saying what I think sounds right, but I don't know if it's right, you know. Peak? What you talking about? Peak, Wraith Kaiser. Alright, Leet Whale said that's how you do that. That is how you solve it. So let's do that. Let's call this degrees or something. I don't even know what to call it. So we go through those pairs. I was referring to the story of how you met your wife. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've known her since 2009, maybe. Around then, around those times. The best bee, what's happened? Parley? What? What are you talking about? Does she know who we are in chat? She knows every one of you, man. Especially you, Steven Saggy Ball. Steven Ball. She knows all of you. Alright, I gotta solve this, man. So Is this what we do, man? Alright. Adjacency list built. In degrees thing built. We need to do a DFS there. And then somehow that will give us the answer. So how do we do that, man? Should we create this DFS function? Maybe we should have some answer. Alright. So this, if it has a degree of 1, pretty much it's an edge. It's like an end unit, you know, like either this side or that side. Hasp, what's happening? Is it forbidden in the competitions to actually use IDE or terminal or something? It is not forbidden. It's supposedly forbidden to use AI, but everybody uses AI and everybody cheats. But then they get caught sometimes. Google won't interview me? Dang. You've been applying everywhere? Didn't you just start working at your new spot? How long have you been wherever you're at, Steven? Should I stop calling you Steven Saggyball? Should I just call you Steven Ball? I remember all of your names throughout the years, man. Your first name was Steven Hungry. You have to say, yeah, I've been calling you that. Your second name, I think, was Steven Saggyball. Alright. Let me try and solve this problem. So, yes, we gotta go visit all the children. Do we have to mark it as seen as well? Unordered sets. So if we've seen this already, then we should return. Otherwise, insert it, and then let me think, actually. Hey, Leetwell said whatever I did is right, but I don't. Yeah, it should be right. Is it because you're on a cooldown period? Wait, who? Steven Sagball? At least where I live, companies typically won't interview if you've been interviewed or declined within 6 months. Now, I don't even think he's been able to get interviewed. Yeah, maybe they're just, maybe your resume isn't tricking them or something. Maybe they're just not really interviewing that much right now. Is this it, man? I think it might be okay. Ooh. Let's see. My resume got my Google interview when you did. And now, I guess times have changed from back then though. 2021 was a bumping year for tech to get hired, you know? Alright, that probably wasn't too hard. I think I was overthinking some things there, man. Per Sizzle, how you doing? Hope you've been well. Yeah, I've been chilling, man. I got screwed by DP? What do you mean? They gave you a DP question in your interview at Google? COVID years or a different beast? Yeah. Told you. Wait, you think I'm gonna remember everything you tell me, man, from 5 years ago? What question was it? I started 1,000 rejection lists for 2026. I'll start applying to jobs already. Rejection from the Shopify dev program. Yeah, man, Roxanne, you just gotta keep on keeping on. I met a lady who works at Google from Jamaica, from St. Mary as well. She lived in St. Mary. She lives in New York now. But she got a job at Google, and she said her path to getting at Google was she works for the Jamaican government for some time doing tech, IT stuff, and then she got a job in Panama, I guess doing some other tech stuff, and then she got into Google after that. So there's a few people that have gotten jobs at Google, even from Jamaica, without visas and anything. I know another guy who got a job at Google, and I forget how. He did some internship somewhere in like England, like Google England. I don't even remember, man. But there's a few people, man. So it's not impossible, you know. But the tech jobs don't pay well here. No, in Jamaica pay sucks. But, you know, you're not gonna, like, alright, I know everybody wants to make 200,000 US dollars as their first job, but that is not normal. The stories that you hear of people doing that, those people are super lucky. They're lucky because they're like just born in the right place, right time, and it lined up perfectly when they graduated, that the job market was super hot. I don't think this is like something you should expect. Lots of people go through many years of shit pay before they get to that big job that everybody wants. Even me, man. Like, I was programming for eight or 9 years before I started working at Google. And when I joined Google after 8 years of experience, I was an L3, which is a junior. I was starting from the bottom at Google. I had coworkers who are like 23 years old, the same level as me, and I'm like 35, you know, at the time. And man, imagine that, a 23-year-old kid making the same money as me, you know, and it's just, you know, that's how life is. But I don't think it's normal to just get, like, even Steven Sagaball's path has been crazy. He's like super young and he's had 6 years of experience, probably made over $1 million in his career, less than 26 years old, I think. Anyways, know the right people. Well, sometimes you can get there without knowing anyone. Ember After Dark, what's happened? I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but in Finland there's like 1,000 to 2,000 people applying for a single trainee position in mid-sized Finnish cities right now. You're not poor, Steven Sagaball. When I was your age, man, I probably had like $3,000 that I saved up, and I thought that was a good size of money at that age. But I don't think, I don't know, man. I know these days with tech and everything, there's a lot of 23-year-old people that just graduated college. They already have like $500,000 net worth. I'm like, dang, what the hell, man? It's crazy. Anyways, Like those companies can't even go through those applications. Yeah, there's lots of competition right now. Even Google Zurich don't pay the same as Google USA. Google Zurich is very close to Google USA though. I think Google Zurich has similar salary, but the stocks are not as good. I don't even think they get like sign-on bonuses and stuff either. I just need 3,000 US per month. I'm good. WordPress support, I don't even do backend yet. Yeah, this is achievable, but it's hard work as well to build yourself up to that without like any type of support or skills. You know, just like freelancing to make 3,000 a month coming from nothing, it's not easy, man. You know, so you need like some type of credentials before you can even start to be making some money, I think, as a freelancer. Because why are they gonna trust you if you've never had any projects done, you know? But you can make a lot of money with tech though. Don't let me like discourage you or anything. I'm just kind of trying to say like people need to check their expectations a little bit. Similar dynamic to what happens in chess. Younger generations benefit from previous experience and learn more efficiently, but knowledge is not the same as experience. Experience allows you to see a more complete picture. Even freelancing is hard. I have a front-end mentor projects. Every job in tech field that I applied for ended up having hundreds and hundreds of applicants. Marx is brutal. I feel incredibly grateful that a company decided to take a chance on me. Shopify is kind of absurd what you can make. Yeah, Shopify is bumping, right? Yeah, I've heard good things about Free Code Camp. How could someone start freelancing? Where to find projects or clients? That is the hardest thing, man. I did freelancing for a bit, but I was lucky enough to not have to find clients because a client found me, and then I just worked with that one client for like 7 years. You can't yeah, Upwork, it's gonna be a bad time though, man. Upwork pays so bad because you're competing with, you know, a lot of people who are willing to do a lot more for a lot less. Be happy with what you can find. Well, sometimes, but all I'm saying is don't have like crazy expectations and give up if you're not making $500,000 by your 23rd birthday. It's not how it usually works. It's possible, it's just not how it happens most of the time. I'm sad you're not in Japan. Yeah, me too, a little bit. Not really. I think it worked out, man. I had plans to move to Japan instead of being wherever I am now, but I had visa issues that didn't work out in my favor. Alright, what are we doing, man? We got 1 hour until the LeetCode contest. Should we do some more problems? Or I'm just lazy. Largest plus sign. You're given an integer n. You have an n by n binary grid with all values initially ones except for some indices given in the array mines. The ith element of the array mines is defined as mines I equal xy, where grid x y equals to 0. Return the order of the largest axis-aligned plus sign of ones contained in grid. If there is none, return 0. An axis-aligned plus sign of ones of order k has some center grid RC equal 1 along with 4 arms of length k minus 1 going up, down, left, and right and made of ones. Note that there could be zeros or ones beyond the arms of the plus sign. Only the relevant area of the plus sign is checked for ones. Oh geez. Um, Dang. I think I can do this, but I don't think I want to do it, man. I think this sounds like prefix sums, kind of, or yeah, it sounds like a prefix sums problem, where I need to take prefix, suffix sums, top sums, bottom sums, and then figure out if there's any blocking zeros. But man, it sounds a little bit too annoying to do right now. I think my problem is just not focusing and getting scared when things look complicated, so it takes me longer to grasp concepts. Wait, what? Oh, for like learning front end stuff? Hey, you can't rush it also. Sometimes I'm stuck on a concept for years. Like dynamic programming is a LeetCode topic. I think I didn't really start to get DP problems until a couple years in. When we get in Q into Fang, man, I would love that to happen. You know? But things are tough these days, man. Hey, I'm curious what the job market is like, man, but I don't want to actually apply for anywhere. Sometimes I think maybe I should just test the waters and send my resume out, or at least write my resume now while Google work is still kind of in my mind. But I don't want to like get tempted. What if I actually get a big offer, you know? What if I get like a crazy offer for like what if Anthropic wants to hire me, man, you know? Then it's like I have a dilemma. Would I go? Golden, yeah, do I want to go back to jail, man? I don't want to go back to jail. Do I? Nah, I don't think I do. Right? It's tough. It's a tough decision. That's why I don't even want to see what's out there. Oh, geez. Dang, Leetwell, you did the largest plus sign, huh? Let me think. I could do... Oh, dang, Q wants the little type racer. Let's do it, man. Alright, first race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. Type racer. You guys ready? Oh, I'm ready. Warming up. Q with the 101. Very nice. Very nice. In the warm-up. We'll do championship round next, man. Let's see. Hopefully you get triple digits in the championship round. Look at that. Don't defense is not here, man. And Pixel Pusher hasn't been here for a while. So, Q, it's your time to shine, man. You just gotta beat me and Clistar and Smart Coder. Alright. Championship round. Jeez. Oh, man. It's a long race. Hard words. Man, it's too hard, man. Smart Coder 92, Q with a 94. So many typos. Yeah, Smart Coder, you almost had it, man. Oh, Clistar 69. Alright, 94 WPMs. Oh, snap. Alright, Q. Pretty slow, man. I wanted to rage quit. Yeah, that passage was hard. I don't know what to do, man. I don't feel like doing problems, but I guess I should do more problems. Alright, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it, man. So, let's see. How can I do this? N is 500. What's N? 500 by 500. That's a lot. That should be okay. Work on your company? I am. This is what I'm working on, man. What is my company, man? I don't even have a company. A social outcast, welcome. You look kind of funny. Thank you. Welcome to the party. Alright, I'm thinking, do I need prefix sums or can I just remember the last zero position and when I saw it? Let's see. Cyber Solitude, thank you very much for the follow. I think we can just remember the last zero that we saw. Damn, why am I reading the hints? I just clicking around. I didn't mean to read that. I didn't even see it. Each column. So do we have to like... how do we do this? Oh, the mine's length 5,000. What does that mean? Oh, how many mines are the zeros? Right. There's only 5,000 mines. Min, leftmost, rightmost, upmost, bottommost. Yeah, I know how to solve it, man. I'm just trying to think. It's how do I implement, you know? I'm thinking I'm gonna have vector, yeah. Sometimes even if I know how to solve something, it is not worth it to solve. That's how I'm feeling, man. That's how I'm feeling. Is this one worth it to solve? Let me see how long ago I did it. It's been a long time since I've done this problem. 2 years. 2 years and change. But I guess it's time to do it again. Zero that way. I don't feel like doing it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just tired, man. Good thing I'm not taking a contest. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this maybe. Look, time's already up, man. No, we got 17 minutes. Non-decreasing array. Should I do this one? Dang, 25%. Make 5 2D arrays that are how many ones are in a row for each of the directions. 5 2D arrays. Do you want me to add the problems? Yeah, sure, yeah, that's good. Clistar is building my catalog for me. She's working on all of my solutions. She's been going through all of my VODs and marking when I solve which problems and in what VOD, you know. That's what she's asking. You can look at my solution. Implementation was simple, but my code doesn't have good naming. Alright, I'll check yours out, LeetWhale, because honestly, I know I can solve it. It's just, do I want to solve it, you know? So yeah. Let's see what... Top-down DP? That's crazy, man. Wait, now that you say what you did, I don't even want to look at your solution anymore. Because I want to think about... Can I do it top-down DP as well? How would you even do that, man? It's crazy. I didn't even think of DP here? Are you doing the contest today? No, Q, I'm not, man. I don't feel contest ready. I don't feel like I'm in shape to take a contest. I'm just gonna get slaughtered out there, man. DP on this problem, huh? So I can't see it. Alright, so if let's just say I start in one cell. This is a 1. So it's like one, 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 one. So this would be 2. It's like if it's surrounded by 1s at least. I think so. Each cell I'm in, I'm gonna go up, down, left, right, and I'm looking at if I hit a 0, I return. And I'm like trying to figure out the minimum of all of those lengths plus 1. That would be the answer for a certain cell. So if this answer is alright, this one would be like 0 to the left, 1, 4, and 1. So that's 0 plus 1 is 1. So this answer is 1. It's already cached. So when I come here, alright, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try a top-down DP, man. Because that's interesting. I really struggle with DP problems on 2D grids. Depends on the type of DP problem. Alright, first thing is maybe I put all the mines into the grid. Well, first thing, maybe I build my grid. And then now maybe I set everything to 1. And then I'll place my mines. So grid. Alright, so I just placed all the mines. Now, how are we gonna do this DP? So first, I guess if we go out of bounds, if we go out of bounds, we should return 0. Yeah. And then I gotta go up, down, left, right. So maybe I should put those DIRs, write those directions. We got up, -1, 0. We got left is 0, -1. Right and down is 1, 0. Those are my directions I could go. And for every direction, I want to go in that direction. So that's my new directions. What am I doing here? I'm just calling the DP thing on the new direction. But I gotta remember the minimum or something. So like, but I want the maximum. So how do we do that, man? Let me think. Let me make the cache. Alright, let's see. So I do all that and I just return the minimum plus 1. But then I have to cache things. So I'm gonna be like, if cache RC equal not equal -1, that means we already solved it and we should return it. Otherwise, it's that. And then I just find the biggest value in our cache. Or I could just keep max down here or something. Should I do that instead? Will that be easier? Probably. A little bit more efficient as well. Can I do that though? We'll see, man. We'll see. Moment of truth. Leet whale. Is it gonna work once I figure out my bugs? What? X, Y. Ah, that's why. Because this is not true. It's a n by n grid, man. Jesus Christ. N by n. Uh-oh. Sniper Killer Zone. What's happening? What is LeetCode? LeetCode is a website that has a bunch of algorithm challenges that people like to solve. That's what I'm working on right now. So what's happening? It's just going in an infinite loop here or something. Is my DP whack? It's pretty whack. How is it going back to the same thing, man? Oh, well, maybe I have to be like... It's been so long since I've done anything like this, but clearly I'm going in a loop. How do I mark it as... How do I make sure I don't like go back to where I came from? I have to mark it as seen? That's weird. Is it? Maybe my DP understanding is not that great right now. Alright, LeetWhale, let me see what you're saying. For every RC in the grid, I use my DP function to count how many consecutive ones are present while going in a specific direction. The parameters for my DP function were RC and DRDC. Let me think. DR, so you just keep going in one direction. Alright, maybe I don't know how to solve it with DP. Whatever I was thinking, it clearly did not work in my head. And I was about to add some bootleg stuff to this that I don't think it would have made a difference. Alright, now I don't think I could understand your solution even if I looked at it, LeetWhale. But I'll look on it again. Because I can't understand I can't understand this, man. So, alright, this clearly this is like up, down, left, right, or right, left, down, up. Called DP function for each of the 4 directions to count the consecutive ones in each direction and took the min of those. Yes, I see what you're saying. Man, when you're typing in Python, you just think of this long ass thing off the top of your head and you just type it out. That's crazy, man. One plus those directions. Alright, I think I understand what you're saying for sure. But I'm not trying to do it. Anyways, man. He writes minified code for speed, yeah. I'm gonna leave that room. I guess the LeetCode contest starts in 35 minutes. I'm not taking it because I'm scared. Usually I stay up until the contest starts, but since I'm not taking it, man, I don't even know if I want to just hang out. Do it? Nah. Maybe. All right. Maybe I'll take the contest in next week. Maybe I'll start doing it next week or 2 weeks. Ooh, 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I'll start taking the contest, man. So let me just get a couple weeks to like warm up, shake off all the rust that I've acquired after a long time of inactivity. Legon TW, how are you doing? I'm new to LeetCode. How do contests work? So there's a weekly contest every Saturday. Well, it depends on where you live. Where I live, it's on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. in the night. Well, PM is in the night. The contest has 4 problems usually. So this is like last week's contest. They give you 4 problems of varying difficulties, usually 1 easy-ish one, 2 mediums, and 1 hard. Everybody starts the contest at the same time. Last week, 41,000 people took the contest. Each problem has a certain amount of points. Each contest is different. Last week, Q1 was worth 4 points, Q2 4 points, Q3 5 points, and Q4 was 6 points. It's timed, so whoever finishes first and has the most points wins. So it's scored by highest points and then fastest time. 9:30 p.m. at night. Yeah, I'm not trying to do it, man. So that's basically what the contest is like. And you have an hour and a half, 90 minutes to solve those 4 problems. The top people usually can solve like the full contest in about 10 minutes or less. 6 minutes to solve 4 problems seems unreal. Yeah, well, alright, I'd say a lot of people use AI and LLMs, but there are people that can solve these problems in less than 10 minutes. Even before LLMs were out, there's people doing it, you know. But these guys are like crazy competitive programmers, or they use AI. But like, man, I don't know who's real these days. But this guy, LeetCode Knight, he's probably using AI, you know. Yeah, I don't think. You never know out there. It's so hard to tell these days because I think this guy is legit. This guy is legit, man. This guy's been bumping since forever, before ChatGPT came about. So there are some real ones out there, man. I'm not one of them. I can't even solve 4 problems. I usually solve 2 or 3 problems. I think I've solved 4 problems in a contest like 3 times in my life. And I've taken probably, I have 2 accounts. This is one account. I've taken like, how many contests? 150 contests, 160 contests. And of those, I've had like 4 out of 4, 2 4 out of 4s on that account, and maybe like 3 4 out of 4s in my life, man. 4. ChatGPT was released in 2022. Yeah, back when it was first released, it couldn't solve like the hard problems. But sometime, I'd say within the last year or year and a half, it's been able to just solve every single problem with ease. So now the contests are a little bit strange, man. That's probably the biggest reason why I don't really enjoy taking the contest anymore. Because it used to feel nice knowing that everybody's competing on the relatively same field. And it would be nice to like place high, or you know, see how you match up against everyone else. But when so many people they're using AI, it's a bit, it takes the fun out for me personally, because I like to compete. And I like to compete and do okay and not do like really bad. Serious question for you: how has LeetCode helped with your programming skills, and how have you applied the knowledge to your day-to-day coding? LeetCode has helped me learn a lot about programming and computer science. I don't have a degree in CS, so basically I've learned all of my CS knowledge through LeetCode in some ways, man. I didn't know about time complexity or anything like that. I didn't know what made an algorithm efficient or how to spot like a good solution for something before I did LeetCode. I didn't know really how to do a lot of these little tricks. So I'd say it has helped me a whole lot with my programming skills because I was just some untrained fool off the streets, and LeetCode kind of showed me the path and showed me some real foundational knowledge. And have I applied that knowledge in my day-to-day coding? Not really. I don't say so. It hasn't been zero, but it's not like every single day I'm like, oh yeah, I remember LeetCode problem number 2057. We did this technique. I'll do it here real quick. You know, we don't do that, man. But I think it really helps you to analyze a problem, think about possible solutions. There's some techniques that you do in LeetCode that I take for granted now because I see them so many times that these techniques would never come to my mind before LeetCode. You know, like two-pointer, it's such a simple idea. You start from two ends and do something. Like, I don't even, you know, go from, instead of going left to right, go right to left. Sometimes you can optimize something that way. These are things that I just think of automatically now that I'd never think about before LeetCode. I guess it would be nicer to look at a leaderboard only with friends or people you trust. Yeah, that would be nice. Appreciate the insight. Yeah, I think LeetCode has helped me tremendously, not only with like programming skills. One of the biggest things I think LeetCode has taught me was how to be focused, man. I think I've trained my ability to focus for extended periods because of these LeetCode problems, and because I train and study these problems for like many hours in one sitting, and now I can apply that focus to a lot of other things I do. Like the discipline I got from training LeetCode to get to where I'm at is definitely something that I apply to other areas of my life. Just yapping. We doing nah, I'm not doing contests tonight. Most problems are not some complicated algorithm. Well, depends what problems you're solving, right? I'm in 4th grade in uni. The other day I heard about DFS and BFS for the first time through LeetCode. Not a mention in class. It's great to complete knowledge. Yeah, these are like techniques, algorithm techniques and stuff. But man, you should have heard of DFS and BFS in university. I also never heard of DFS or BFS until I started doing LeetCode, and I was programming for like 8 years before LeetCode. But I wasn't programming like crazy things, man. I was just in my own bubble, just me doing my thing, programming stuff. Except for focus on 7-6. Oh, that one plus sign problem, man. Yeah, this problem. Some problems are really annoying to like implement, and it's just takes too much like thinking and holding context in your memory, and it's uncomfortable to like take up that much memory sometimes in my brain. The whole algorithm in depth is why I did CIS and not CS. For me, CIS is about using the languages, while CS is more about creating the languages. Yeah, I don't even know what CIS or anything is. I guess I enjoy puzzles. I enjoy solving problems. Like, I always liked classes like math. Even though I hate math in LeetCode, I think math is one of my biggest weaknesses today. But when I was in school, I'd say math was my favorite subject and probably my strongest subject. But like, I haven't studied math in 16 years, man, so it's pretty hard for me these days. But I always like the maths and the sciences, things that have like a definitive answer and you can approach it logically and come to some type of solution. I didn't like classes where there's no way you could derive a solution if you didn't know the answer already. Like, for example, I don't know, an English literature class, man. If you didn't read the dang book, there's no way you can answer the question. But in a math class, sometimes if you didn't study the material, sometimes you can still like look at the problem and come up with some type of solution or derive a formula or something like that. I used to like classes like that, you know. College is not teaching version control and asking people to work together. Still blows my mind. I don't know what they teach these days, man. CIS is like specialized subset of CS. Wait, computer information system. I see. I really enjoy doing LeetCode problems once I get in the groove, but in the beginning, it was very difficult for me. Like, I had a hard time with LeetCode because I just didn't have any knowledge, man. So in the beginning, I'd like throw up a random problem. I'm like, oh yeah, let me try and do trap in rainwater, you know, and be like, read the problem. I'm like, yo, they're asking me to do what? I really thought if you could solve this problem, you must be some crazy genius. Like, I was super impressed if you could do like trapping rainwater. And now it's like it's not even that crazy to me these days. But when I first started, I was blown away. Or even like count islands, man. It's such a trivial problem for most of us. I didn't have any idea how to do that one. And then I think for me, I was so stuck in the beginning, trapping rainwater or any problem like that. I was like, wow, impossible problem. And then I took like a day or two to like go over the solution, try and understand it to the best of my abilities. And then I realized it doesn't matter how hard it seemed. After like one good day of studying, that problem became so easy, trivial. I could do it with my eyes closed after. And then I kept running into the same situation where I'd get to a problem type or anything and I'd be so intimidated and so scared and I'd just like freeze. I didn't know how to proceed with this problem. And then eventually, after I just kept studying it and not giving up, it became like second nature, man. So I think LeetCode has given me the confidence to like really learn whatever I need to learn if I just put the time in. It can be hard to get into LeetCode. It becomes more enjoyable after you learn the fundamentals. For sure it does. Like now, even when I struggle, it's not the same feeling of struggle as it was in the beginning. My first struggles, it was like I was hopeless. I was like, there's no way I can do this. But when I struggle now, it's more like, man, I know I need to work on this, but I'm just feeling lazy, you know? And then it just made me believe like if I just keep studying something, eventually I'm gonna get better and I'm going to understand it. And I think it's like in the beginning, man, I was real bad, like based on my contest rating. And I just kept studying, and over time I just keep getting better until I guess I hit like a plateau because I stopped learning more algorithms. That's why I plateaued. Like I didn't learn the harder things like segment trees or rolling hash or whatever. I didn't learn those more advanced topics. So that's what's holding me back. But I believe if I were to just study those things too, I would continue to rise, man. And I like LeetCode now. I don't know, man. This is one of the problems where I remember the solution pattern. It stands out as unique among all others. Oh wait, smart coder. Oh, oh man. You did it. Yeah, I know what you did. Wait, binary search? Oh, you're binary searching for the largest plus sign? That's crazy. Because once, well, I don't know what you're building in these, but I assume you're building like left, right, up, and down or something. I mean, I'm not sure about the binary search part, but yeah, thanks for sharing though. I never even thought of binary search there, but I don't know if it's plateau is usually plateau. Is it plateau? I don't know, man. Let's see.
Plateau.
No.
Plateau.
Plateau. Toe. Interesting. The 3D version of the water capture problem is really... Oh, the trapping rainwater. Yeah. Yeah, trapping rainwater. That's almost like a meme problem these days, man. I don't know if I can solve the 3D version of that one. But anyways, algorithms keeps me checked and grounded, I think. There's a big... I think LeetCode really checked me, man. I thought I was on top of the world until I started to do LeetCode. I was like, dang, I really ain't shit, man. I gotta put my time in. And then I put in like thousands of hours studying LeetCode, and I'm not even that great or anything, you know. I'm just kind of... I think I'm kind of average for how much time I've put in. That's also very humbling, you know. LeetCode is very humbling, for sure. Anyways, that's me rambling about LeetCode, man. I guess good luck to everybody taking the contest. Maybe I'll end stream here. I got chilling to do, man. You mean we need years of study to get good? Hey, Q, you've gotten really good over the years too, man. Hey, I started studying probably... Alright, there's a few people that I studied with. Q was one of them. So I started in 2019, really. But I didn't really take off until 2021. Q started in 2021, and man, look, he was... I don't want to say it, but Q was real bad, just like me in the beginning. Just like everybody in the beginning. Q was real bad. And then look at that graph. It's like going up and up and up, man. And then my old roommates. We started the same, basically the same. Look at this. How do I see my profile? I don't even know if he wants me showing his profile like this, but whatever. December 7th, 2019. That's B. Becca's first contest. My first contest. December 7th, 2019. We sat in the same room with our backs to each other, taking this first LeetCode contest together, and we both had no idea anything about algorithms, man. I did mine in C++. I got 2 out of 4 solved, ranked 3,300, but it doesn't tell you that only 4,000 people took this contest or something. And then B-Beck also took the same thing, man. He could only get 1. And And then look at where he's peaked at. Like, he's peaked higher than me at this point. He's solved way more hards than I have. He's better than I am, I think, at LeetCode for sure. You started your first contest like 2 years before. Yeah, 2 years before UQ. And look at, like, we're basically the same now, I'd say. So it's a long journey, like, studying these algorithms, man. Oh, in Rosis. Yeah, I'd say in Rosis also kind of, we all studied together in some ways. But yeah, Becca is still going, man. Clearly not as hard as he used to go. But I think once you get into the routine of studying, it just kind of becomes a nice part of your life, you know. Maybe I took a long time off here, but now I'm back. Anyways, this stream brought us all together. Hey, this stream is also the reason why I still do LeetCode and stuff, man. Very positive influence in my life. Anyways, I'm gonna go hang out for the weekend. In Rosis, are you taking a contest or what? You don't take those things anymore. I wonder if it's just AI ranking scoring. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, man. For me personally, my score, I think it's a combination of AI and not practicing as much. So it's like a double whammy. No, not fun anymore with all the cheating. That's how I feel, unfortunately. I can't shake that feeling, man. As much as I enjoy doing the contests, it sucks when I know, like, so many people cheated. But I'll still do the virtual contests, you know, and I do them on streams. But anyways, Legon TW, thank you very much for the follow. I think I just sound like a sore loser when I complain about the cheating so much, man. I don't like to lose. I don't think anybody likes to lose. Not only the cheating, but the increased difficulty of the problems. Yes, but I think that's directly correlated to the cheating. Because I think what happened with LeetCode is people started to use AI to solve the problems to get a higher rank. And then the LeetCode contest writers, now they're trying to write problems that's going to trick the AI and be too difficult for the AI to solve. But you know what happens when they do that, man? It makes it too difficult for the humans to solve as well. I've noticed like a crazy increase in difficulty in the contest in the last year or so, the ones that I've taken. And I think the contests are like going beyond the scope for an interview these days, unfortunately. Like LeetCode has always been about interview prep, not really competitive programming, you know, like Codeforces or AtCoder or whatever. Those are more competitive programming platforms. But LeetCode, for me, it's always been about the interview. But that's, you know, when you start to get seg trees on a Q2, it no longer feels like it's geared towards interview people. But I've also heard the interviews are getting a lot harder, you know. No good way to remove it unless people go in person. Yeah, no way I'm showing up to a LeetCode contest center to take a dang contest on the weekend, man. That's not happening. Gotta go to the dang Proctor center or something. What's too difficult for an AI? Yeah, who knows? Nothing these days. Usually a problem that's so unique, the AI has never seen anything like it in its database, you know? I would want to solve a problem that doesn't have a practical application. Well, I've solved a lot of those, probably. If you need SegTree for an interview, I'll just walk out. Hey, Q, I thought SegTrees were like non-existent in interviews. But I can tell you, I've seen them. I've seen SegTrees being asked in interviews, man. Even in the alright, Google has like their big library of questions that they ask people. I've looked through a lot of those questions, man. I'm not gonna lie. And I've seen seg trees in those questions. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, seriously, I'm not even playing, man. So, and then you see people post about it too. Like, I never really believed that, somebody in the US would get a seg tree problem in an interview. But I think lately it maybe it's been happening. I think in India for sure, because India is so much more competitive. What the hell is a segment tree? It's a advanced data structure that it's very, very powerful, and you can do crazy optimized solutions with a segment tree. But I just don't know how to use them. I think segment trees is the number one thing holding me back, man. If I were to master segment trees, I think I'd be entering competitive programming territory. Anyways, contest starts in however long, 8 minutes. I'm gonna go raid somebody and get out of here. Who's doing LeetCode, man? All the LeetCode streamers are gone. Enrosis used to LeetCode stream, no more. Q did a couple LeetCode streams. Yeah, Pat's Hello World, no longer around. Who knows? Nobody's streaming. I don't know where Chi-Chi's at. I don't know who to raid, man. Should I just end and not raid anybody? Anybody interesting doing Chi-Chi quit his job to... What do you mean he quit his job, man? Didn't he just get that job like a couple months ago? Wait, Simon, let's play Marvel Rivals. I don't even have that game, man. I've never played it. Wait, dang. Chi-Chi's in Australia right now, huh? You guys want to see vibe coders, man? Nobody's doing algorithms anymore. I wish I was in Australia right now. Hey, why? You don't like vibe coders? Why not? Well, I think I know why. I don't really like them either, even though I'm kind of one of them. They wouldn't let him take off time, so he just quit. Dang. Chi-Chi don't play around, man. Yeah. Hey, it's real cold here. I don't want to say what the temperature is, but it's real cold. Ain't nobody streaming right now. Should we go hit Anthony Wright's code? You know, I want to see him play Minecraft with Juicebox Hero. I'm gonna go raid Anthony, man, just because no one else is on. You gonna hop on Minecraft with them? No. Fallen Learns. Oh, dang. J-Do's Dev. Sorry. I didn't see our message. I already started this raid. Anyways, everyone, good luck in the LeetCode contest if you're taking it. I'm not. I don't mind people who vibe code personal projects. I don't like people who vibe code projects with other collabs. I don't know what that means. But anyways, Ember After Dark, Steven Sagiball, Q Ultimus. Have a good night, man. Fallen Learns, Roxanne, Enrosis. See you later. If you're working with others, don't vibe code things you don't know. Hey, I think everybody, the whole industry is vibe coding these days, man. Boss Gans, Fallen Learns, again, by, I think I said your name twice. Digital Drummer, Jay, see you later. Oh, shit, you also said JD Does Dev. My bad. 2 people recommended, and I missed it. Hepta5, Streamer Ring, see you later. Thank you very much for that hydrate. Let's go raid. Anthony writes code. Anthony is pretty cool guy. Does a lot of open source stuff or something. I'm gonna go chill. Smart Coder. Adios. Everybody on YouTube. See you next time.